and Akataka are in 7th and 8th position with 18 and 15 points. That tells you the remaining teams are on a threat of being relegated. We can tell that teams like Nyasa, teams like Rukunji United are now facing the relegation zone, that is with 14 points and 10 that side, 19 in negative there for goal difference, and 3 for Rukunjiri in negative goal difference. Away from that, when we talk about football, we know what it means. We know what it means for the English Premier League teams. Some of the teams suffered. I can remind you of what happened to Liverpool as they were struggling to win with a 0-0 against Nottingham Forest earlier on Saturday. But this time around, we have seen yesterday's game taking us to talking points as Manchester United were humiliated by Man City 3-1 at Etihad Stadium. This takes Manchester United with 1 game shy from the worst season performance ever. That was 2013-2014 season after the departure of Sir Alex Ferguson. And this time around, Manchester United have so far lost 11 games in a single Premier League season, which is a very tight record, I can tell you. Brentford Football Club drew with Chelsea, that is 2-2, and Chelsea's woes are also still going very far, as Chelsea still remains 10th on the Premier League log. Everton was beaten by West Ham 3-1 at home, and Fulham also beat Brighton and Hove Albion 3-0 at home. Newcastle at home also, St James's Park, they beat Wolverhampton Wanderers 3-0, as Nottingham Forest also held Liverpool to the 90th minute as Liverpool scored that goal late towards the finish or the stoppage time. And Spurs also beat Crystal Palace, that was 3-1 at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Luton Town was also stubborn against Aston Villa in a 5-goal thriller game that saw Aston Villa win this game 3-2, and it was also very late thanks to Oli Watkins, who helped this team. Burnley also was beaten by Bournemouth, that was 2-0, and Burnley was at home. We can also confirm that Man City beat Manchester United 2-1 at Etihad Stadium, and this took Manchester United to the 11th loss of the season, taking them 1 game shy to their worst seasons ever in a Premier League season, that is 2013-2014 season, after the departure of Sir Alex Ferguson. Later tonight, we shall see Sheffield hosting Arsenal at 2300 hours GMT. We all expect nothing but a battle, because Monday Night Football is not all that good when it comes to Arsenal's side. We can guarantee you to tell you that Foden scored twice against Manchester, and Erling Haaland scored once against Manchester United, taking his tally to 6 goals scored against Manchester United in his career in the English Premier League. Remember, Erling Brand Haaland is still the top scorer in the English Premier League. We can tell you that he leads the score sheet with 18 goals, and in assists, somebody from Brighton has 10 assists, and Liverpool has the table at the top of all the teams that have scored a lot of goals, that is 64, and Arsenal have come up with 62 goals scored. Man City also 62, Aston Villa 59. We can tell you also that Newcastle United has scored 57, whereas Tottenham Hotspur has scored 55. That is on the table of those who have scored a lot of goals. Clean sheets, Arsenal still leads with 10 clean sheets, and Liverpool with 9. Everton comes with 8, Man City with 8, Newcastle 8, Fulham 7, Man United with 7. That is with their goalkeeper Andre Onana, who made lots of saves in the first half. We have his heat map, Onana's heat map in the English Premier League yesterday shocked the entire world. In fact, everybody was expecting Manchester United to secure a point against Man City. We can guarantee you that most of the other top scorers are Mohamed Salah with 15, Jerome Bowen with 14, Dominic Solanke also comes there with 14, Bukayo Saka of Arsenal with 13, Song Min-hyun 13, Phil Foden 11, Alexander Isak with 11, and Richarlison with 10 goals. That is the statistics part of the English Premier League. We can tell you we still have more than 66, which will be coming right later in our sports program that will be in the evening. As well as it is concerned with the national team, the Hippos, we have seen the coach of Uganda under-20 team, that is the Hippos, Mr. Molebie Kwaso, summoning his final squad, which is going to travel to Accra, that will be in Ghana, for the All Africa Games that are coming up, starting with 7th to 24th of March. And we can tell that Kamia Sulaiman of Soweto Bright Stars has been called on as a goalkeeper. Mugada Abdul of Gaddafi has been called on also. Humphrey Oiroth of Bukedia Comprehensive has been called on. That is a list of goalkeepers that are actually going to be making it to Accra in the All African Games that has this time that is coming up in Accra. In defenders, we also see Apollo Kagogwe of Wakiso Giants, Enoch Loima of Vipers, Torach Rogers of Vipers SC, Madoy Ronald of St. Piakos, and Ibrahim also of CD Leganes, Chibande Cyrus of SCVia, Haruna Rokwago of KCCFC also has been summoned to travel. For midfielders, we have seen Hakim Mutebi of SCVia, Abbas Cheyune SCVia, and Ivan Irinimbabazi of Spec Piakos, and Chisoro John Innocent of URA, Alan Oiroth of Brooks House College, that is in the US. I told you about that story. He is on a bursary and he is going to carry on with studies, that is in the United States of America. Forwards, we have seen Bruno Bunyaga of URAFC, Usama Alafat of Kampala Capital City Authority, that is expected. Kakande John Patrick of SC, we are also expected. Alpha Thierry Sadi of Express, he has been impressive. And Shafiq Magogo of Chitara Football Club has also been summoned to take part. Elsewhere, in cricket, we have actually seen the Uganda Cricket Association National Premier League results that came through from Wanderers Cricket Club and Ceylon Lions. Wanderers were at the top, that is in cricket. We have a league of Uganda Cricket Association National League that actually goes on every weekend. So last weekend we had just one game whereby Wanderers Cricket Club won by 79 runs against Ceylon Lions, that is in cricket. In athletics, we have seen the likes of Teo performing better in the World Indoor Games. We have lots of information about Teo. Teo, who comes in there from the islands of Dominica, was the first person ever to participate in the World Indoor Athletics Championships that are taking place somewhere in Glasgow. We have seen her scoop that 100-meter award, as well as performing better when it came to a triple jump. By the way, she is one of the first ladies to be in athletics involved in two disciplines, that is a triple jump as well as the marathon. We have seen Teo represent the Republic of Dominica, the islands of Dominica, for the first time in World Indoor Athletics Championships. We have pictures of Teo, who actually scooped this gold in a very fantastic record. Away from that, we have also seen Belgium defending their 4x400 meter release at the Glasgow World Indoor Championships. Elsewhere, we have seen results that came through from different countries. Now, let's go to Italy. We saw last evening as Juventus was being humiliated by Napoli away from home, and somehow we expected Juventus to win this game. Napoli beat Juventus, that was 2-1 in Naples. Rava Klaszczewska scored in the 42nd minute, and Raspadori also scored in the 88th minute, whereas Federico Chiesa scored in the 81st minute for Juventus to make this a consolation for Juventus, who were struggling away in Naples. In Netherlands, Ajax beat Utrecht. John Utrecht lost 2-0 away in the Netherlands, and Hearts also beat Celtic. That was in the Scottish Premier League. Those of you who like the Scottish Premier League, Grant scored in the 43rd minute. That was a penalty, whereas Shankland also scored in the 56th minute, helping Hearts to beat Celtic for their first time this season, as they lost the first leg 4-0. Away from that, PSV and Eindhoven also drew 2-2 with Feyenoord. A goal came from Tillman in the 4th minute, and Till scored in the 71st minute, whereas Mineth also scored in the 22nd, and Jimenez scored in the 61st minute. That is in the Netherlands. In Spain, we also saw Athletic Club being being tormented by Barcelona, to the extent that they defended 11 other players, 11, I don't know how they call this formation, 11-0. Other players at times were in their half defending against FC Barcelona, who could not score. We saw this game marred by a number of yellow cards. Ronald Araujo got a yellow card in the 32nd minute, and Xavi, coach also of Barcelona, scored a yellow card in the 32nd minute too, as he tried to quarrel out the referee. Lamine Yamal left the pitch limping as he was replaced by Pedri. We expect this injury to take Lamine Yamal for only 2 weeks. We just don't know the scope of this injury, but we expect from the normal time that will be 2 weeks out of play. Andres Christensen, the former Chelsea man, who also got a yellow card, that is in the 62nd minute after fouling several times. We have seen the likes of Jules Koundé also receiving a yellow card. One of the games that had numerous number of yellow cards that involved Barcelona. This has actually been the first time this season that we have seen more than 4 yellow cards given to the side of Barcelona as they struggled to beat Athletic Club, that is Athletic Bilbao. This game ended 0-0. Elsewhere, we have seen Real Mallorca also beat Girona, that is 1-0, and Atletico de Madrid beating Real Betis in one of the derbies that we expected to see some bloody scenes. But Atletico de Madrid came at the top of the events as they beat Real Betis 2-1. Silva scored an own goal in the 8th minute, and Alvaro Morata came to the score sheet. Alvaro Morata now brings himself to one of La Liga's top scorers of all time. Carvalho also scored in the 62nd minute, and we saw Rodrigo de Paul receiving a yellow card of a yellow card of insent. Yeah, he actually intended to, that is dissent, sorry, he intended to abuse the referee during this game. Saul Niguez also came on for Rodrigo de Paul somewhere in the second half as they were struggling. They were just being beaten. Elsewhere, Haravin beat Pek Zore, that was 2-0. We expect Fortuna Düsseldorf also to have a say in their 5-win against Exeter. Elsewhere, in Germany, we have seen Bayern Munich struggle to win a game as Bayer 04 Leverkusen took lead of the German Bundesliga table. We now expect Thomas Tuchel to leave Bayern Munich after this very draw, but it is said that he is going to leave at the end of the season. Bayern Munich is struggling. As we speak now, they are seated second on the Bundesliga table, and Bayer 04 Leverkusen being taken care of Xabi Alonso, who once played for Liverpool. We saw him say that it's not yet time to celebrate as they are leading, but we can tell you that the points now, Bayern is 54 and Bayer 04 Leverkusen is 64, which takes this difference to 10. Can you imagine? Bayern has been dominating the German Bundesliga with almost 8 consecutive title wins, but this time around they are nowhere in the competition as they are still 10 points behind Bayer 04 Leverkusen with 24 games played. That means we are remaining with 14 games to be played. That is about almost one third of the season has already been left out to play. Elsewhere on the table still of the German Bundesliga, VfB is still third with 50 points. That tells you if Bayern makes a mistake, they might find themselves fourth or third in this table. Also, Borussia Dortmund comes there in 4th position with 44 points, whereas Red Bull, that is Red Bull Leipzig, is 43, and they're in 5th position, as well as Jesus Christ. We can also tell that Cologne has come also 7th in this table, as we see somehow there is a gap between FC Cologne and Werder Bremen, who are 30, 33 and 30. The German Bundesliga table is so tight to call. That is the Blaze Sports we shall be bringing you later in the evening, that is in the sports zone. Good morning. My brother Edgar will be coming back.